On today's episode, I want to run through three names that I think you guys should be keeping a closer eye on as we inch closer to the start of the 2025 season. Now, quick heads up here, a PSA. This upcoming week will be my last week at Chat Sports and my last week on Friday, or last day on Friday, hosting the Browns Report. And we'll talk more about that later on. It's a very bittersweet topic right now for me because I'm excited for the next chapter, but I've loved the last 4 years here. So if you want to replace me, if you want to be the next host of the Browns Report, if you are someone that's always commented how bad I am at my job, because I know those people exist, back it up then. Go to chatsports.com/Browns host to apply for this exact job. But let's talk about some breakout candidates for the Browns now. Coming in at number 1, I'm going to go with defensive end Isaiah McGuire. Former 4th-round pick out of Mizzou, and last year we saw McGuire take a good step forward from his rookie season when he barely really saw the field. I mean, most of his 94 snaps came in that final Week 18 game against the Bengals when Cleveland sat all their starters before the playoff game against Houston. But last year, with Alex Wright getting injured, Zadarius Smith getting traded away, we got a whole lot more of McGuire. And while you look at 2.5 sacks and 8 tackles for loss, you don't think much of it. But I walked away from last year thinking, I think the Browns really might have something in this young pass rusher. For starters, of his 2.5 sacks, 2 of them came in the last 3 weeks of the season when he started the last 3 games of the season. So you give him more runway, you give him more opportunities compared to just starting in the last 3 weeks of the year, and you could get more production. Plus, he did have 3 forced fumbles, so it wasn't like he was just out there doing cardio. But I think McGuire on this defensive line is really going to push Okoronkwo for that starting job. You know what? I'll actually just rephrase that. I think it's his job right now. I think Isaiah McGuire, if there was a game tomorrow, would be starting opposite of Myles Garrett. Okoronkwo, unfortunately, has just been too disappointing of a free agent signing. He missed a little bit of time his first year with the Browns, but last year, I mean, this team needed a spark so many times, and they never got it from Okoronkwo. So watch out for McGuire this year. I mean, we had so many debates over the pre-draft process of what to do at pick number 2, and I remember one argument was, why pass on Abdul Carter? Because you've got Isaiah McGuire. And I'm not going to say that he's going to be better than Abdul Carter, but if him and Mason Graham are a better combination than Abdul Carter and not having a future first from Jacksonville next year, I can get behind that. Now, speaking of this team's pass rush, Myles Garrett is obviously going to lead this team in sacks this year. But I want to know who finishes second. Is it McGuire? Okoronkwo maybe? Someone on the interior? Mason Graham, he's not much of a pass rusher in that regard. But yeah, the floor is yours. Let me know. On to the second breakout candidate. It's on defense again. I'm going to go with Ronnie Hickman. That is the safety the Browns got from Ohio State after the 2023 draft when he went undrafted. And he had a decent role as a UDFA as a rookie in 2023. Guy played 312 snaps. I mean, compare that to McGuire, who played less than 100 snaps, and he was a 4th-round draft pick. But last year, with Thornhill just being cheeks and a couple of injuries, of course, a larger role was carved out for Hickman, who saw an increase in snaps by 150-ish, went up to nearly 500 altogether. Now, 2024, his numbers may not look as good as 2023. You know, no interceptions, no touchdowns, fewer pass breakups, but I don't think that's because he took a step back or anything. I just think that sometimes interceptions fall in your lap, sometimes they don't. And one did against the Jets, and he cashed that in for 6. But I've got Hickman down as a starter, and kudos to him. The guy goes undrafted. I mean, those are long odds in front of you to even make the roster. Fast forward, starting the 3rd year of his NFL career, and he's starting out there with Grant Delpit. So watch for Hickman to have a strong campaign. There's not, a veteran presence, I'd say, behind him that's going to really, push for that starting job. The Browns did add 2 veteran safeties, but none of those 2 guys strike me as slam dunk starting candidates over Hickman. So I feel like the casuals, which, by the way, this whole video has been, a casual, filter, I'd say, to get them out because no one really wants to talk too much about Hickman and Maguire. No offense, guys, compared to like Shedeur Sanders, right? That's where all the attention is right now. So if you're still watching right now, you're not a casual. You're a diehard. And when week 1 gets here, the casuals are going to go, who's that in the secondary? And you're going to go, you're a fucking idiot. Like, that's Ronnie Hickman. Did you not watch this stuff over the offseason? So clap yourself on the back right now. You know, you're doing great. Before we move on to our third and final breakout candidate, can we get to 46,000 subscribers before the end of the week? We're 100 away. Please, if you have not yet, do me a big favor. Scroll on down and click that subscribe button. Our third and final breakout candidate. I'm going to go with a player on offense. Give me wide receiver Michael Woods. Speaking of casuals, they have no idea who this is. But I think he's wide receiver 3 on this team. I don't like Deontay Johnson. I think he's a bit of a cancer to the locker room. I don't care for his immaturity. And who are you going to put over Woods? David Bell? Jamari Thrash, maybe? I don't see an obvious candidate. And while you just look at his production from last year, I'm not going to try and advertise it as this guy's going to be awesome this year. But I remember that Broncos game when he first started to make his return from an Achilles injury that knocked him out for all of 2023. He suffered that in like June or April working out with Deshaun Watson, the rest of the receiving core back in 2023. And he missed all that season and then a lot of 2024. But when he was activated towards the end, he collected at least 3 targets in all 5 games. I'm not here to say Mike Woods is going to be, a sleeper in your fantasy league, but I think he's going to have better production than whatever odds maker puts production out for Mike Woods as a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 on this team. So it's a deep cut for sure, but I thought the preseason when he was healthy and then in the regular season last year and even a little bit of his rookie season, he showed some good potential. We had some nice flashes from him. So now give me your breakout candidate. After combing through the entire depth chart, I came up with 3 names. Maybe I overlooked someone, but let me know who you think it is down below in the comment section. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but in case you're just tuning in for the first time over the last few days, I did announce that Friday, May 23rd, will be my last day at Chat Sports, and that means my last day covering the Browns here. I'm moving to a completely new career field altogether, so I'm not going from, this channel to a different competitor or anything like that. I'm just really changing things up dramatically. And I'm very, very excited for this new chapter, but unfortunately, the bitterness is this is my last week. So if you want to be the next host of the Cleveland Browns Report, apply right now, chatsports.com/Browns host. I'm sure a lot of you watching have said some very mean things about me in the comment section. Now it's your opportunity to put the headset on, and you get to be the host. All right, let's pick a card. Which card are you thinking? I'm going to go with 8 of spades. No. 3 of clubs. 3 of clubs. I'll see everyone later.